Welcome back to Finance Friday. It's another special edition of Money Girl where I answer your burning money questions. Today's topic comes from Maria, who says, I enjoy the Money Girl podcast and always learn something new from your shows. I have several debts that I want to eliminate as quickly as possible. Can you explain what debt consolidation is? I'm skeptical if it really helps you get out of debt faster. Also, are there any downsides I should know if consolidating could help me? Maria, I really appreciate your kind words and great questions. Many people are unfamiliar with legitimate debt consolidation strategies. This podcast will review how it works, consolidation pros and cons, and who's a good candidate for using it to eliminate their debt faster. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining me on episode 881. I'm Laura Adams, an award-winning author, finance spokesperson, money speaker, founder of The Money Stack, a Substack newsletter, and host of this show, Money Girl, with over 43 million downloads. If you're getting value from the content we love creating, subscribe and consider submitting a 5-star rating or review. I'll thank you in advance for that. If you have a question about money for the show, I'd love to hear it. You can always leave it on our voicemail by calling 302-364-0308. You can also send me an email and sign up for the free Money Stack newsletter when you visit lauradadams.com. So what exactly is debt consolidation? Well, Maria, it is simply moving one or more debts to an account or into a single payment with more favorable terms, allowing you to eliminate the balance faster. You can consolidate most unsecured debts, things like credit cards, personal loans, and auto loans, and some student loans as well. The strategy involves shifting higher interest rate debts to a lower or even no interest account so you pay less interest. While it may seem a little counterintuitive to use new debt to get out of old debt, and I think that's where the skepticism may come in, paying as little interest as possible saves money. There's just no getting around that. And that gives you more flexibility. Debt consolidation never reduces the debt you owe, so there's nothing magical about it, but it simply reorganizes it, making it easier and perhaps less expensive to pay off. Depending on the terms you get offered, consolidating can be an excellent, legitimate way to reduce interest and get out of debt faster. So, Maria, I'll take you through 3 of the most popular ways to consolidate debt right now. The best way to consolidate really depends on your finances and the interest rates you're currently paying. So consider the following 3 options. Number 1 is transferring debt to a balance transfer credit card. A balance transfer card allows you to move unsecured debt to a new or existing credit card with a 0% APR promotion, and that may last up to 1 or even up to 2 years. So it temporarily reduces the interest you pay, giving you some financial breathing room. However, when the transfer promotion ends, your interest rate is going to increase, and it could be very high just depending on, your situation with that card. Therefore, this consolidation strategy always works best when you're sure you can pay off the entire balance before the promotion ends. For instance, let's say you get approved to transfer $6,000 from a high-rate credit card to a card charging 0% for 12 months. You could make monthly payments of at least 1/12 or $500 of that entire balance so that it gets eliminated before your interest rate goes up at the end of the promotion. Now, every transfer is subject to a fee. You don't get a balance transfer for free. Typically, fees are going to be in the range of 3%, maybe up to 5%, and that gets added to your balance. However, avoiding interest during a balance transfer promotion can save a lot of money despite that transfer fee. The amount you can transfer depends on the credit line that an issuer offers you. If you don't have good credit, you may not get approved for a balance transfer, or maybe you'll only be able to put a small amount of debt on a card. The second option is taking out a personal loan. You can get a new fixed-rate personal loan to pay off higher-rate unsecured debt. You make monthly payments during a set repayment term, like 3 or 5 years. The rate and terms will depend on factors like your income and your credit. Remember that even though a personal loan may cut your interest, the shorter your repayment schedule, the higher your monthly payments will be. And you risk hurting your credit if you can't repay a personal loan as agreed. So you want to really be sure that any consolidation with a personal loan is something you can afford. Consolidating debt with a personal loan is a good option when you have a large balance or balances to pay off and you want a structured repayment term. For example, if you've got a credit card balance charging 23%, paying it off with a 9% fixed rate personal loan over 3 years allows you to save a lot of interest over that set repayment schedule. In addition, having a personal loan added to your credit history helps you build credit if you make payments on time. Doing a consolidation can also work in your favor by reducing your credit utilization ratio when you pay down credit card debt. And if you're unfamiliar with that, I've done podcasts before that are just about credit utilization. So, take a look at the shows in the archive to learn more about that. So consolidation generally helps your credit and does not hurt it in the long term. The third option I'll cover is getting a home equity line of credit, which is a HELOC or a home equity loan. You may qualify for a HELOC or an equity loan if you're a homeowner with at least 20% equity. For example, if your home's market value is $500,000 and your outstanding mortgage balance is $400,000, you have $100,000 in equity, and that's 20%. A HELOC is a revolving line of credit, so it kind of works like a credit card. It's got a variable interest rate that allows you to borrow an amount up to your credit line using your home as collateral without needing to refinance your existing mortgage. And a home equity loan gives you a lump sum to repay over a set term, such as 5, maybe up to 30 years with a fixed interest rate. So a home equity loan is a little more like a personal loan. Since a HELOC and equity loan are secured debt, they're secured by your home, they typically charge lower interest rates than a personal loan. And you can use them however you wish, such as for home renovations or even paying off higher rate debt. However, if you use a HELOC or equity loan to buy, build, or improve your home, a portion of the interest paid is tax deductible. But that's not the case if you use the money for other things like debt consolidation. The main downside of tapping your home equity with a HELOC or a loan is that if you default, you risk losing your home to foreclosure. Plus, there are closing costs similar to a primary mortgage, which add to the cost of borrowing. So you want to consider getting multiple quotes, including from your current mortgage lender. Okay, so let's review. What are the pros and cons of debt consolidation? Well, the primary advantages include saving money by paying less interest. Cutting your interest rate is a big reason for any consolidation strategy. Saving money on interest may allow you to get out of debt faster. Simplifying your monthly payments with fewer bills. Consolidating multiple debts means you only have to keep track of one bill due date instead of several. Boosting your credit scores over time. As I mentioned, having an additional account on your credit report helps you build credit when you make timely payments. Plus, paying off or reducing high credit card balances lowers your credit utilization and it increases your credit mix, helping your credit scores. And having a fixed rate in term, such as paying 9% for 3 years with monthly payments of $750. That can help you pay off debt faster, but only if the repayment term is affordable. Generally, the shorter the term, the higher your monthly payment will be. All right, now the downsides of consolidation include needing good credit to get the most favorable interest rates and terms on balance transfers, loans, and lines of credit, and paying upfront costs. As I mentioned, you're going to have either a balance transfer fee or loan origination fees. Paying higher monthly payments could happen depending on your rate and the new loan term. And if you're unable to pay on time, a consolidation can hurt your credit. Not saving enough interest could happen, if your debt is relatively small, or you could just pay it off yourself within the next 12 months by tightening up your budget. Consolidation may not save you enough to be worthwhile. And last but not least, getting back into debt if you don't curb your spending. Consolidation should be part of a bigger plan to get out of debt and stick to a reasonable budget. For instance, if you use a personal loan to wipe out your credit cards, but then you just start using them again, you rack them back up, you're just deeper in debt. So you really need to understand, why were you in debt in the first place, and really get to the root of that and make sure that's not going to happen again. So Maria, you still have to pay off the debt you owe with the consolidation, but reorganizing it so you pay less interest could improve your situation. I want you to make a list of all your debts and rank them in order of priority, which is usually from the highest to the lowest interest rate. That can help you get clear on which high-rate debts, might benefit from a consolidation. You typically come out ahead if you can find lower-rate options to transfer or consolidate high-rate debts and avoid the downsides that I reviewed. Maria, I hope that's been helpful for you and everyone listening. Wish you a lot of luck with tackling your debt. Let me know how it goes. That's all for now. I'll talk to you soon. Until then, here's to living a richer life. Money Girl is a quick and dirty tips podcast. I want to thank our amazing team. Steve Rickyberg audio engineers the show. Brandon Gachis is our director of podcast. Holly Hutchins is our digital operations specialist. Morgan Christensen is our advertising operations specialist. Davina Tomlin is our marketing and publicity associate. And Nathaniel Hoops is our marketing contractor.